And he was also chanting some incantations. That is number 2. Number 3, Baba's recent interview that he said he has a court order now. And I saw him putting on Mohbad's clothes in one of those interviews with the same interviewer. That's number 3. Number 4, Baba went to Yeye Kudi's house putting on a white garment, but he was eating during the Lent season. That's number 4. Number 5 has to do with Baba and Yeye Kudi hugging each other. I would like to talk about that. Then today, I would like to examine what the former Commissioner of Police of Lagos State meant when he said bled profusely. Today, we're going to dissect the word profusely. And the last, that is number 7, is Tenny Omologo's outburst today. Why did she react in such manner? So we have 7 topics. So Chubimi, over to you. Which topic do you want me to treat?
The order, the DNA order that Baba said he got.
Okay, that one I don't have to talk about it much. So it's just so Baba in a recent interview of somebody on Instagram. I saw the stuff yesterday. Actually, 2 videos on that person's Instagram. One of them, he was putting on a white garment. They were acting as if it wasn't staged. It was actually a staged interview. Baba was acting as if it was just alighting from his jeep, but the guy was acting, "Oh, Baba Mohbad is here." I was just like, "Guy, cut the chase. It's fake." And he was like, "If there's no DNA, there's no burial. That he has the court order now." And he said he has to wait for the autopsy results before he buries his son. Well, I'm not telling him not to do that since he says he has the court order. And I believe he says he has very good lawyers, very good legal counsels. Odumosu is a very good lawyer. I would say that, a very good lawyer, a very sound lawyer. I believe Odumosu knows the right things to do when it's the case of him presenting a court order to the third party. So he has to present it in person. If the person is not around, you could paste it at the house or paste it on social media, newspapers, social media, so the person should be aware that he or she is summoned to a court. But we've been hearing this gist for the past 2 weeks, for more than 2 weeks now, that they've been looking for Wumi. In law, you are to paste it at the house. You have to paste it at the house or paste it in a newspaper so that she's aware that, oh, you now have a court order and she's meant to do this. Or you present it to the legal representatives of the person. Why is Baba failing to do this? When we had the issue of an MOU, he pasted this on social media by his bloggers, through his bloggers. If you have a court order that millions of Nigeria debate every day for, that even went to Brekete, saying that you want DNA and autopsy to be done, why are you failing to present the court order to let everybody know that what we have been questioning you for, that Lady Iris, that you've been abusing all this while, that Muyiwa has been abusing, Grexia has been abusing, that the whole team of Baba Mohbad have been abusing, that she had a legal representative for you. They called you at Ikorodu to come and sign, but you did not show up. But now you have it. Why then are you hoarding it? Why are you keeping it? If you say that is what you wanted to go and give Wumi in her house, why don't you give a legal representative? At least the legal representative is known at the coroner inquest. You know the person. If Falana Chambers have withdrawn, why don't you go to the lawyer of Wumi? So it's quite laughable that when you say something, you don't do it. And don't forget, privately, Baba, what are you trying to do with Wumi? Are you trying to apologize to her? Are you trying to send people to her to make the family meet? I'm not going to give details about that, but we're letting people know indirectly that it is not all what you see TikTokers, Baba's TikTokers, bloggers saying on social media is what is really happening in closed doors. That is not what is really happening. Is the family trying to meet? Are they trying to sort things out? I'm not going to say anything about that, but people should think. I'm leaving that guess open to everybody. Why is Baba in the second interview still putting on Mohbad's clothes? Is there no... Please, you guys have contributed... Let me use this word. You've contributed profusely. You've contributed profusely for Baba. That's a wrong usage of word. It's not the right word.
But it's a good word when it comes to them.
That's the wrong usage. It's the wrong diction. So, but yeah, good. It's a wrong diction. You've contributed enormously for Baba. I wish my bank account is like Baba's own, because we don't even know how much Baba is worth right now. Why is it so common for Baba to put on the red shirt of Mohbad almost at every interview he goes? Why am I saying almost? If he's not putting on the white garment, people are going to see him putting on that red shirt. Why? You guys should please do something about his wardrobe. Do something about it. Is that the best shirt Baba has? The other day he went to Riomi's interview also. He was putting on the same native he said he was putting on during his son's engagement. Do something about his wardrobe. Contribute money, please. Ladies and gentlemen, contribute for him. You say you love him. He's the best father of the year, 2023, 2024. Please contribute more money for his wardrobe. He keeps on repeating the clothes of last year. Please contribute for him. Please, we are begging you people. It's not just DNA and autopsy. Contribute for his upkeep. And please, his hair is no longer getting dark. Contribute money so that he at least darkens his hair very well. He looks like 34. And please, the vehicle he's driving is an old school. Please, contribute more money. Let's get him maybe a latest range. He's the father of a celebrity, for crying out loud. He's going to be a G of a church very soon. So please contribute money. Please, we are begging you. Aries, the £6,000, at least drop small out of it now. Drop small. £6,000, I think in Nigeria should be close to about, let's just say pounds about, let's just say it's 2,000 naira. That's about 12 million naira now. Put on down now. Make Baba change clothes now. Change Jeep now. So that's number 3. Number 3 is gone. Abby Touch, give me a number. Number 1 to 7. 3 is gone.
Blood. Pool of blood. Did you mention
There's
that?
no pool of blood. There's no pool of blood. Just give me 1 to 7. Just give me a number. Between 1 to 7, 3 is gone.
Okay. Nípa nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bàbá àbí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí?
No, don't give me a topic. Just give me a number between 1 to 7.
Okay, 1
Choose.
to 7. Okay, 3 is gone anyway. Okay.
Yes.
Number 5.
Okay, number 5. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I like to say this. I like to question everybody in this group. I'll be odd in what I want to say, but I don't know what issues you people have saying Baba was hugging a woman. I don't understand. To me, it is not a crime. But the only crime in that is this. The Celestial Church of God needs to caution its members in embarrassing the white garment.
Hey, Mr. Dawa, ẹjọ́ ẹ dá padà. Kérúbù ni bàbá, kò ń ṣe Celestial, please. That's
Kérúbù,
and
no
Seraphim.
problem.
Thank you.
The Cherubim and Seraphim Church, they need to caution their members embarrassing the garment. Yes, they need to do that. They need to do that you're a married man hugging another married woman. We're not saying, because in the Bible, that is not even the way of greeting a woman. If we are to look at it biblically, That is not the way for you to greet a fellow woman. And this man says he's part of is it the choir? Yeah. Maybe he's the head of the choir, I don't know. But he holds a very big role in the church. It's actually an embarrassment seeing such a person, and you could not suspend him from the altar. Because we still saw him on Palm Sunday doing the same thing. Now, what is the way Baba should have greeted Yeye Kudi? Biblically, what is the way Baba should have greeted Yeye Kudi? I know some people will come out for me now. It says, finally, brothers, rejoice, aim for perfect harmony, encourage one another, be of one mind, live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you. Greet one another with a holy kiss. Baba, I'm wondering why you do not add a kiss to the hug. Because that's what your Bible told you to do. Your Bible never told you to hug a woman. And for Yeye Kudi, in the month of Ramadan, in the holy month of Ramadan, you were hugging a man. A man that is not your husband. In the month of Ramadan, in a Sharia country, they know what they ought to do to you. That you are presenting food and showing it on social media. Those living in, even in Dubai know this. You don't eat in public during the month of Ramadan. It's punishable. If you're a Christian, you'll be told to actually leave the place. But it's actually very punishable. In the month of Ramadan, you are displaying food outside.
Mr. Dawa.
That's not.
Mr. Dawa. Kudi ti sọ ti announce lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó dé láti hajj fóun kì í ṣe Muslim. Fóun kọ́ tẹ̀lé ọkọ òun lọ ni.
No problem. Now, whether she's not a Muslim or a Christian, she went for Umrah.
Nonsense.
And people who go for Umrah are regarded as Muslims. I would not stand here that a woman using the name Kudirat would embarrass Islam by hugging a married man. By hugging a married man. I would not, I'm that class. I would not encourage that, and I will speak ill against it. If she's not a Muslim, she should be using her Christian name. Because the Quran says something. In Quran chapter 33 verse 53, it says, ask them from behind a partition. That is purer for your hearts and their hearts. In Sharia, if you want to talk to a married, there ought to be a barrier between them. That's number one. Quran 33 verse 59, it says, O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of your believers to bring down over themselves part of their outer garments. There's a hadith that even describes a situation that says that even your brother-in-law cannot hug you. I'm going to read it. It's in Sahih Muslim. It says, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, beware of getting into the houses and meeting women. A person from the Ansar said, Allah's Messenger, what about our husband's brother? No, sorry, brother-in-law, sorry. Whereupon he said, husband's brother is like death. That is how severe it is for someone to be hugging or clinging to a woman that you're not married to, that is not your mahram in Islam. Not even shaking or hugging the person. Even if the person is as close as your brother-in-law, it is haram for you to do so. Now you're not doing that in the month of Ramadan. Displaying food and hugging a man during it. What are you trying to display? You went for Umrah. You are called Yeye Kudi. Kudi is a Muslim name. Don't embarrass Islam. I'll come for you. If you like, say you're not a Muslim. But that name, change it then. So number 3, and number 5. Oh, that means I treated number 3, 4, and 5. Those were the easy ones out of everything I just read. 3, 4, and 5 are gone. 1 to 7. Duke Yaolua, please pick a number.
Number 7.
Oh, number 7. Number 7 has to do with Tenny Omologo's outburst today. I usually say to people physically that it is only a sane person that will support me. A person with sound mind and somebody that thinks deep that will support me. Let's leave religion out of this. Because in religion, both religion adores widows. Both religions adores widows. Even in traditional religion, they adore widows that they don't find anything incriminating to accuse with. For the past 7 months, I was listening to one Yenkayu people were playing just now. So does it mean for about 7 months, you now be the first person to know that, the day Mohbad died, the celebrities knew before that. Are you okay? So for 7 months, nobody had done that. Anybody that is bringing up a new conspiracy after 7 months, the person is stupid. That is why you see these guys, they've exhausted all they have. They've exhausted all the narrations, and they know that any new narration they bring now would actually be very stupid. That is why they are now sticking to the point of like, Oba or no Oba. They are speaking to the, there was a star wound or no star wound. They are sticking to the narration of Indomie. So the old narratives that have been rubbished. For 7 months, no evidence to pin Wunmi down. It is only a sane person that will support me. When I say sane, I know that English is too much for some people. It is only somebody that has sense, that thinks deep, that is of sound mind, that can look through every loophole, that will know like, there's nothing you can accuse Wunmi for. In everything you see, you're only going to see a loving wife. Why did she want to get down from the car? Do you think that's the first time? There is something I want to say today, and I am challenging Baba today, because what I want to say now is going to clear Wunmi of everything, every charge that people are using against her. But she's going to use her own mouth to say it. Baba went to Oriyomi's page the other day and said something. He said, it is not that Wunmi, whenever she and her husband fights, she will leave the house and go stay in a hotel. Stupid people that are recording, I want you to record this. Go and ask Baba. I don't want to hear anybody's narration. It is Baba himself. He should come out and say it with his mouth. Not any Papiano, not any Arifa, not any Westo. Baba should come out himself. That on what occasions? Kilo shele. Kilo shele. Mo ní fàájà jù yẹn lọ, but mo sọ pé mo fẹ́ fàájà lálẹ́, ibi tí máa fàájà dé nìyẹn. If she says it, if Baba says it, he knows. That's why he never said that thing at Oriyomi's life. That everybody will now be seeing Wunmi as a very responsible wife. Why is it the last one that she wanted to get and go and sleep in a hotel? Why do you think people are attacking Wunmi of that? Why did they not think that she has done this thing before? Why? What happened that she did it? She will use her own mouth to say it, and I believe she's waiting for the court to start. Not even coroner inquest. But tó bá dá bàbá lójú, ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yìí, tó bá dá wọn lójú, kó bọ́ síta kó sòótọ́ ọbẹ̀. Nobody would accuse Wunmi of anything again if he says the truth in that. Nobody would accuse Wunmi ever. Nobody would accuse Wunmi of anything. They will not even ask for DNA again or anything. But they'll be worshiping her as a very responsible wife. Bàbá tó bá dá yín lójú, ẹ̀yin ẹ jáde, ẹ sọ nǹkan tó fà á tí Wunmi lọ sùn hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì lọ́jọ́ àwọn ìgbà tó fi bọ́kọ ẹ̀ tó wọn àtọkọ ẹ̀ fi ní disagreement tó wá fi kúrò nílé tó wá fi wá pè yín láti bẹ̀ pé kẹ́ wá resolve ìjà yẹn, ẹ máa bọ̀ kẹ́ wá sọ. Mi ò ní fàájà jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. For that thing not to be out, respect ayérayé ni o. If Baba cannot respect the dead, Wunmi has kept this for 7 months. Kò ní bẹnu mi jáde. And I know people are recording. Record. But go and tell Baba that he said that in Oriyomi. But people are now accusing her. Ipe pàtó dé Orchid Gate. Ó sọ pé òun fẹ́ bọ́lẹ̀ lọ sùn hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. But Baba ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ó ti ṣe rí. Ìgbà tó lọ sí Oriyomi. Kí Baba wá sọ instance yẹn, nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ńgbà yẹn. Eré náà ṣe ń corona. Corona is just investigating. It is what they ask you. Corona cannot sentence anybody. Corona is just an investigative panel. They will ask you questions, and it is what they ask you, you say. If you don't want to, in fact, you can even keep quiet in a corona inquest. You can keep quiet in a court that you don't want to mention anything. You want this case to be in court. That you're reserving your statements in court. You have the right to do that. You have the right to do that. So ẹjọ́ tó bá dẹ̀ bí ẹ́ ló máa sọ. Ẹjọ́ tó bá bí ẹ́ ló máa sọ. Ó lè sọ jù rẹ̀ lọ. Mommy Big Macro, Abdul Macro wa. Maku. So when I heard Tenny Omologo today, I was like, so it took this madam 7 months to understand, to dot her I's and cross her T's, and dot her J's, and to curve her A's. So it took you 7 months to really understood what we had understood from day one. It took you 7 good months to understand that this lady was in a romantic relationship. Comments from 2016. Mohbad said, I love you, I love you, I love you. Imagine your pregnant wife still getting you a gift. Just imagine that. You guys in the platform, imagine that. Eje, remind me, Ebu one Mohbad fi bu padà. What word did he use?
Motherfucker.
Ode.
It's not the first time. I've been saying that thing. I don't know why, and I see people who question Wunmi calling Mohbad nigger as people who have bitter relationships. Relationships that they are in a relationship with a stranger. If you are in love with someone, you'll be very free around the person. Tèmi àti ìyàwó mi tá bá ń ṣeré, ìyá ìyàwó mi ló dáràn. I'm telling you the fact. Ìyá ẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ ní tèmi. Ó dà pé nǹkan ṣe orí ìyá ẹ̀. If I'm calling my mother-in-law today, I call her by her name. That is how close we are. Like, They've taken me as their son, and I regard her like she's my everything. She's my friend, my best friend. Why are you guys not saying, Bobo Isha, why would you be calling your wife motherfucker? But this is the level of the friendship. People in diaspora, fine, you guys might be facing racism wherever you are. In Nigeria, the word nigger means friend. The word nigger, hey, what's up, my nigger? It means friend.
Mr. Dawa, sorry to cut you there. No, even in the diaspora, among the young boys, my nigga, it's a term of endearment. It's a term of endearment if you are black to another black person. It is only racist when it's somebody of another, if it's a Caucasian saying that to somebody else. The kids call themselves, oh, my nigga, that's my guy. Sorry, Mr. Dawa, to cut you. I just wanted to put that in.
Mr. Dawa, even ọmọ mi, ó máa ń pe ọmọ mi 7 years àti 11 years, ó máa ń pe driver tó bá gbé wa, ó máa ń pè wọ́n ní Monga, torí French làwọn sọ máa pe Monga, that's my nigga, ló máa ń pe àwọn àgbàlagbà, Monga.
Thank you for your contributions. I've told you that I want it to be very interactive, so don't think I'm offended if you interject me once a while. Once.
Yeah, Mr. Dawa, Ejo, I would like
Now.
to say something, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Ejo, like me now, I used to call my husband my G. Say my G, yẹn sì ṣé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ìnìyẹn náà ní Nàìjíríà ni àbí kí ni ká ti pè ìyẹn náà.
G yẹn ó stand fún gorilla o. G yẹn gorilla ni o.
No. Like, my G. Even our ọmọ mi gan, everybody. My daddy wọn my G, no my G, no máa ń pe daddy wọn. Tó bá ti ní what's up my G. Bàbá wọn náà dẹ̀ dáwọn náà ní what's up boa. So ṣé ìyẹn sì Nigerians.
The funny thing there is that they don't know the kind of pet names they call themselves. Ode is one of it. Ode Bobby by bó ṣe ṣe mú bó ṣe ṣe wà kọ́ máa pariwo kì í ṣe bí ìyàwó celebrity Mumuge, come here. That's another pet name. Motherfucker lẹ ṣì gbọ́. Ode wà ń bẹ̀. Mumuge wà ń bẹ̀.
ẹ̀yin ló ń lo gbogbo romantic kìíní yẹn fún rú àyàm yín ká yẹn sọ pé máa wo mọ́tò wéré ti sọ inú voice note yẹn ṣe ọmọkọ sọ pé àwọn tí wọn láyọ̀ tí wọn ládùn tí wọn mọ nǹkan tó ń pè nífẹ̀ẹ́ wéré olórí burúkú olórí burúkú bó ṣe máa ríra wọn nìyẹn láràárọ̀. So how do you expect those ones to okay àpèyàn ní nígà?
Èpè ọmọ fi ń jíra wọn lórí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Wọ́n fi ń jíra wọn náà ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé àgbàdì pàǹtì. Wọ́n tó máa fi ìpè àti tó bá tẹ́ díẹ̀ tí bá fọ́ etí ẹ̀ ní àwọn life tó ń live nìyẹn. Ọ̀ẹ́gbò kókè iná ìmájí ojú fídíò Brad àti Wùmí yẹn tó ń sọ pé pọ́ùn ti sọ fún ẹ pé òun ò ní ra gift fún ẹ tó jẹ́ padà ra gift fún. Ṣé mo pé púpọ̀ ni wọ́n tún lọ sọ pé ẹ wo bó ṣe ṣojú ẹ wo bó ṣe ń wò pẹ̀lú bínú ẹ wo bó ṣe ìyẹn ojú yẹn nìkan ni ojú yẹn lọ́lọ́ yọ nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó wà romantic tó ń ṣe in between ara wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. Kọ́ ti wọ́n tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ kó má wo fídíò yẹn kó má smile. Wow. But the only thing they could bring out here rí ó ń wò bí kó fọ́ bàtà yẹn mọ́ lórí ó ń wò pẹ̀lú sad face ẹ lè imagine. Gbogbo àwọn ìtẹ́ ń sọ yìí ṣebí kan tí mo fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ náà nìyẹn pé àwọn tó ọ̀làdùn tí wọn ò láyọ̀ tó ti pẹ́ tó ti dókórí ṣebí nǹkan tí mo fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ìyẹn gan ló dà pọ̀ dùn wèrè tó ṣe já lọ bí tó já lọ tó lọ fẹ́ lọ máa parọ́ wèrè. Ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín lọ.
Tọ́ well ẹ má blame àwọn èèyàn báyìí because tẹ́ bá wò wọ́n dáadáa ó lè jẹ́ ilé ọkọ kẹrin karùn kẹfà ìkeje náà wà. They are actually in their 4th or 7th husband's house. So what do you expect from someone that
another right one? So children pọ̀ nínú ilé wọn rẹpẹtẹ. No, angle yẹn náà make sense. Yeah. You are making
Look at the other day I was talking to somebody. Instead of saying something loving about your husband in public, you said my husband is very irresponsible. And you are here talking about ill about Wunmi. So what do you expect from somebody like that? That her husband is irresponsible and is not bothered about the kids you have. So you expect the person to know about love or to talk about love or to know love when she sees it. That person cannot know love because her heart is already bitter. Èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé ọkùnrin gbé oúnjẹ lẹ̀ ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe girlfriend ni. Ẹ̀yin party náà ti ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan fún ibẹ̀ ló ti ń bímọ gbogbo ẹ̀. After 6 months ló máa wò báyìí pé ta ló fún mi lóyún náà ẹ jẹ́ ń lọ kọlẹ̀kùn ilé máyìn. Àfáà yìí ló fún mi lóyún, pásítọ̀ yìí ló fún mi lóyún. Ìyẹn náà dẹ̀ wò báyìí pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣáà máa bá sùn. Ó yá máa tọ́jú ẹ. Those are the kind of lives they live. Go and check their pictures or tell them to tell, as in, when you even engage them, learn about their personality, about their own personal life. Then you know and relate it to their story. Most of them, they use their personal life to judge Wunmi. Someone they've never met. Do you think all individuals are equal? Go and look at her Facebook comments. Bó ṣe máa ń ta síra wọn. Bó ṣe máa ń ta síra wọn. Láti 2016, 2015. Go and look at their Facebook comments. Then you will see that it's not even the first time they call themselves some names like, you'd be like, hey, God, birthday. Mohbad is, go and check how jealous Mohbad is using just go and check his Facebook comments. Or go to his Facebook page and read comments he does when Wunmi is doing her birthday. Go there, go and just check it. You see somebody who is always guiding Wunmi, not guarding Wunmi jealously. Guarding Wunmi jealously, like, oh God, I bet it too bad. And people ask, why do they use the same Apple iCloud password? I was just like, you guys don't understand the love between them. They don't hide things from each other. You don't understand what goes on between them. Wunmi, I'll leave you to your story. You have a whole lot of stories to say. Don't forget the story about when Mohbad was taken to Songo for treatment. I'm not going to say for what or what medicine they gave him. Wunmi, don't forget. How did Mohbad leave the place? Now you sabi, now you go talk am. You now question why are they? Shamop Totibere. Do you know where they started from? Now, Chubimi. I can't hear you. Chubimi, I can't hear you. Shato Domini, can anybody hear me?
Domini. So, Domini on connect mo kini moto mi. So, kini song go test on your right, Mr. Dawa. I think in pay Babati saw something like that, sorry.
No. Mo ní sọ.
Okay.
Am I a
Okay.
Wunmi has a story to tell.
Me, mo tún fẹ́ add one more thing sí yẹn. Ẹ má bínú. When Baba went to Orí tó lọ sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ́dọ̀ Oríyọmí. Baba tún wá sọ pé láti ìgbà tí ó wá dín pé tó time kan wọn ò wá rojọ́ fóun mọ́ tó bá ti jà. So part of the reason tí Baba ṣe ń bínú náà ni pé wọn ò wá rojọ́ fóun mọ́ nígbà tó bá ti ń jà. Ó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lóríyọmí.
Let me even bust your head concerning something. Let me bust your head concerning something. And I don't like relating Mohbad's issue with my life because we are different people. But the way I know what love is, so I know what love is. So I'll relate it with the story, one story, just this story. I could remember when I was relocating, traveling by air. Ẹ̀rù flight tó bá mi. I gave my wife my internet banking password. I gave her my ATM cards. Gave her the pin to everything, even my PFA, that's my pension funds, the numbers, the digits, my account officer, everything. Tí kò bá ṣẹlẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad ti kọ́ mi lọ́gbọ́n. Tí kò bá ṣẹlẹ̀, ṣáà lọ máa fi ATM card lọ máa withdraw ẹ̀. Mo ò tí kọ wíìlì mi. Má worry, màá tó kọ. That's how funny Mohbad's issue has taught me a lesson. I can't hear. Shemini, I can't hear people.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
To buttress what you just said, my son is in his 30s. When this Mohbad thing happened, I called him and I said to him, "Do you have a will?" And he was like, "What?" I said, "Do you have a will? Because you have life insurance and you have kids and you have a wife. Also, you have a kid that is not from your wife. Do you understand? He had a kid before he got married." So I said to him, "Mohbad's thing has taught me a lesson. Go and write your will." You see, that is one of the elements of this case. We are learning as we go along, because it was so frightening that Mohbad, at his age, he bought a property and his father felt entitled that they should take the paperwork to him. I still can't get over it. My mind, it blows my mind. This guy was married. He died. You locked his bedroom with the wife in the house. I don't understand. For me, the dynamics tells me that this man was a narcissist, and they were all walking on eggshells around this man to just keep the peace. And it's, it's food for thought. I'm done.
Okay. So we've discussed about 4 issues. It's time for Solat here. So I would go shortly, and okay, there will be Tarawi too. So you give me like 30 minutes. But the thing here is this: the remaining topics are the major topics I wanted to deal. The first one is Prime Boy. I saw Prime Boy. He was trying to do something, and if a psychologist sees it, they would actually say maybe he was mentally unstable. The way he drinks on social media, the way he talks, he draws his words. That means he draws his words, and what else? He sounds very incoherent, and what would I say? He mumbles words, and him like, "I want to be free." Is this thing actually disturbing his mental state? That's the situation he put himself. Is it actually disturbing his mental state? So I'll be examining that from a psychology and the law's point of view. I'll be treating both situations. That is number 1. Number 2, him chanting some incantations, is it doing good for his case? Him doing that on social media, is it going to do well for his case? And the third one is we dissecting the word "bled profusely." We're going to treat it extensively tonight. So I'll be back in 30 minutes. Inshallah, I'll be back in 30 minutes. I have to go for Salat, Isha, and Tarawih right now. So I'll still be here. I might not go. Analysts, you can go on with your discussion. I'll be back shortly, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dawa. That is very, very. At least we have something to discuss on. Ní títẹ̀ ẹ má bínú. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo kọjá wọlé ni, ẹ má bínú.
No, go ahead.
Ní títẹ̀ mi, what I'm thinking, yes, they might say, okay, bóyá ó ti ní side problem, but it's just, to me, that's sign, those signs that he. Hello?
Unmuted. Okay, I think going.
Òun ni pé, to me, that sign shows that is guilty. Because if you are not guilty, ìwọ ni kọ́kọ́ ni wọ́n mú pé suspect, right? Ìwọ ni kọ́kọ́. Even àwọn tí a rí lórí social media, right? Tí wọ́n fi dáhùn pé mo ti ń echo.
No, echo. Echo ń bíbá.
Oh, okay. So òun ni kọ́kọ́ ni wọ́n fi kinní mú. So why is it that you are the only one that comes online every now and then? Kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Láti máa explain, kó máa sọ̀rọ̀.
Mohbad balẹ̀. Ṣe get. Okay. Ara ẹ̀ ò balẹ̀. Ọkàn ẹ̀ ò balẹ̀. And because wọ́n ti prep all sorts sí lórí, so ó ń try láti ṣe damage control. Yeah.
So gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe nìyẹn pé one, àti pé ṣe rántí pé manager wá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ Papiano lánàá. Ìyẹn dẹ̀ confirm pé yes, wọ́n jà. Ṣé guess nǹkan tí mò ń sọ? So ìyẹn dẹ̀ tún confirm ẹ̀ lánàá pé yes, wọ́n jà. So that is another thing that he has to think about. Gbogbo àwọn tó lọ ń dáwó fún, I want 10 people to support me, 100K to kinní kan, he needs help. We have to support him. We have to make it critical.
I don't understand the rationale. Toby, I don't understand the rationale behind that contribution that Annie was doing. Yes.
According to Annie, only the help.
Help for what? Let me explain what it was to you. Listen, it's all a mind game they're playing. Boy came up and she was like, oh, let's donate. You see, right now, they're on tenterhooks because spending did not deliver. And Boy, he is, you can tell now, Shalomoye, Alatenuje. So they need him right now. He's their ace. So now they're using style to now bring out, because nobody wants to donate. They've been shouting all their patrons, nobody should donate. People are using their money. So that's why she came out saying, no posting of screenshots, no this, 100 people, you know what I mean? But you see, at the end of the day, the truth I stand on personally, and that's what keeps me sane, because sometimes I can't tell a lie. This thing makes me think I'm going mad. What keeps me sane is the coroner's court is an inquisition. It's just investigative. It has the only relevance that we are going to get from the coroner's court is the autopsy and the toxicology report. Those two things that will give us the cause of death. After that, in the criminal court, what the prosecution service will take from the police is the initial statements of everybody. Exactly. That is what is going to be handed over. And until you can refute, look, I keep saying this thing and I will say it till I'm blue in the face. 26 people were interrogated. 3 were arrested. Quote unquote. No, as in the 3 main suspects. You know, Naramali and Sam Larry are bullying. Yeah. 3 people were. Now, out of these 3, I must say, in all honesty, the only person I feel sorry for is Spending, because it could be any one of us. Shoni number nurse Mbeye, Shoni number doctor Mbeye. That is based on what I know so far. I don't know if a conspiracy was involved. I'm basing it, everything I'm saying is based on the police report. Now, he gave the number, the nurse came, blah, blah, blah. And you people, you so-called TikTok investigators, think you know better than the Nigerian police force. Look, every time I think about this, there's a case I think about. Bekete was very correct when he said you can't fight the government. We were all here doing NSAS. We were all here in Nigeria. We saw NSAS happen. They keep shouting, go to this embassy. CNN recorded NSAS. Nigeria is a country, a free country with its own laws and rules. The foreign body has no control over Nigeria whatsoever. The point I am still trying to make is, why must it, how did you people that have not seen the statements, the 26 statements, now believe that Wunmi is the killer? How? So that's the thing I'm telling you. These people, I have now finally realized that they are unstable. As Mr. Dara said, they are mentally unstable. Because sometimes when you hear them talking, you start to ask yourself, look at what happened this morning with you. When you're trying to explain something that you heard, and then they're taking you to the left. You will say A, they will say B. It's like, come on. Come on. Ah, man.
That was why I told him, I said, because of course, to me, I know what he's trying to ask me, and he keeps parabolating. And I said, you just have to come out straight. You don't have to be giving me those, and I'm not here for that. I'm here because of this voice that you guys were arguing, and that is.
And I love when you said to him, if you don't know Temi, then that's up to you. Because of course he knows Temi's platform. Now, what the hell was he talking about?
So you're an adult. You should be bold. Like you guys want me to be bold to come out and tell. Why are you not bold enough to go straight and ask me a question? You are telling me about if my money is missing here, and why would I be thinking that it is you? Why should I be thinking that are you a thief? Have you been a thief? Are you an armed robber? That I will be thinking that you are the one that stole my money. So, if you are not a thief, you are not an armed robber, and they said, I lost my stuff or something, why should I be accusing you? Don't ask me dumb questions.
Look at Josie, the celebrity monarch. Look at his latest video on this stuff. That he's not going to bury Mohbad until Wunmi does DNA. That man is sick.
He can roast
Like off.
for all I care.
And do you know what is the cause of all this? Poverty. That man.
Yeah.
Poverty.
He knows once he buries Mohbad,
That's the end of the
that's the end of everything.
The funds won't flow again. That's the end.
That's the end. That is the end of all.
And
ṣe ẹ fẹ́ ti ṣọ́ọ̀bù Josie láìpẹ́ ọjọ́ ni kò tí ì rẹ́dí láti ti ṣọ́ọ̀bù ibi tó ti ń rí jíjẹ mímu nìyẹn ibi tó ti ń rí tọrọ kọ́bọ̀ nìyẹn. So
you know what they are
he's
trying
not
to
ready
do?
for
You know,
that
what I think they were trying to do with that letter thing. They know now pé yẹ kán mú lọ fún, ṣé ó dẹ̀ ní lawyer ni. Ó mọ̀ now pé yẹ kán mú lọ fún lawyer Wunmi ni now. But you know Wunmi send your request, the British. Wunmi already came out to say, I am ready for DNA, but my father-in-law, please help me beg him to get the court order. So now, wọ́n láwọn lọ sí court láti lọ gba writ of summon àbí kí ni wọ́n gbà. Now, instead of you to take that to her lawyer, you're bringing it to the public to say, you can't find her, oh. Shebi, she's the one that is asking for, now you want to serve her letter, you can't find her. And you're not even telling people that you have, is that how they get court order? What you have is a summon letter, not a court order. The case is about to start. Get your summon. Come and explain why you need a DNA. And some idiots are there, more law, and they are not ready to learn.
Sherry, I'm telling you guys one thing.
How do you think you just go to court and just go and get a paper and sign it and bring it? It doesn't work that way.
Oh,
idiot! If you're listening,
the British up. She sent a request. The British is trying to come up.
She hasn't sent a request. Sis, send your request, please. I can't see your request here. Okay, yeah, you're up now.
Oh, wow, so just manipulate our followers. Oh,
sis, Debbie, àwọn tó fẹ́ wà manipulated ni. Àwa ò ṣe fall fún.
I know, and this is what I tell people, right? When they are talking about Nigeria and religion, I said, it's those people that want to be gullible. It's not everybody. I want to feel stupid, law remains stupid. I want to feel dumb, law remains dumb.
Now.
Good evening, house.
Good evening.
Yeah, I actually wanted to come in because.
Hey, my darling.
Yeah, sugar. You okay?
Kini agbo.
Should be me. I love you too.
I can't hear you.
I love you too. That's what you said, right? I love you too. I love you too. Hey, Don Dada, you good?
How are you doing, my sister?
I'm all right. Sherry, Mr. J.A. Òun ni ò ní nísinmi. Ó ti rí pé there's no reason wọ́n ṣe ń drag Ọmọ́wùnmí. Wọ́n ní nǹkan kan yàtọ̀ sí old gist and all of that. And to reactivate that bullying, that's why he's coming up with the he's not in bearing more yet because of Omowumi. I mean, why do you have to bring her into all of this? Why? So that man is deliberate. He knows what he's doing. No, he knows. He wants to give them something to talk about. And what best can he say other than, because I mean, does he want to tell us that his lawyer didn't inform him that what they have is not court order? How is he saying that the court order is ready and that they couldn't serve it on Omowumi? So this man knows what he is doing. And ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ìkẹrẹ gbogbo wa sinmi o because wọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ sọ old video no long analyze káàkiri. They don't have anything to say. They keep revisiting past issues that they have talked about, and they are masturbating all over it. And because that's what we see them doing, someone like me, I've been sleeping better than I used to do, because mo rí pé ní jókà tuntun, ní nǹkan tuntun tẹ́ fẹ́ gbé wá. But all of a sudden, boom, this man comes to say, oh, do you know what that means? He's playing mind games with the people. He's coming out to say, àbá ti sin favourite yín o, ẹni tí ò jẹ́ ká sin rèé. You know what to do. So that's the game I see him playing here. Àmọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní pé ọmọ yìí àwọn ò ní fẹ́, Ọmọ́wùnmí àwọn ò ní fẹ́ kó sinmi, àwọn náà ò ní rí sinmi. Ọmọ́wùnmí kọ́ ló ń dá burial dúró. Why can't he say that it's the court order that is delaying the burial? Why? Because he needs her, right? Because he needs her. So he has to make it sensational. Sensation náà la pa gbogbo yín dànù. So for those who are listening, àwọn tán létí tán dẹ̀ ń gbọ́, Ọmọ́wùnmí kọ́ ló ń dá burial dúró. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́lẹ́ fẹ́ DNA, Adenike go through the right path to get the DNA. And what's the right path? To get the court order. And don't come and tell us the court order is ready, because it is not. You have the writ of summon. And the lawyers, it shouldn't take them 2 weeks to serve that. If they couldn't serve it, there are other ways. And it shouldn't take them 2 weeks to serve her in other ways. I mean, it's in over 2 weeks. So if he really wants to inter his son, and he wants to do it quickly, they know what to do. They know what to do. So we are not, for those of us, I like the way, excuse me guys, I'm eating very nice fresh fish. So what that be is the flavor that is stuck in my throat. So bear with me. So he just wants to create this new sensation, like, okay, let them go to town with it. If you want DNA, Omowumi also wants DNA. We are waiting for the court order. And I don't want to believe that by now they still have not served her. Then if they have not served her but till now, then I might have to agree with some of the people on the other side that the legal team are not performing or they don't know what they are supposed to do. But for every time they will come out and give us false narrative, oh, we are going to rise, and we'll keep schooling you lot. Of course, I know how many of you can we school. Àwọn yóò ní rẹsì ẹgbẹ́ títì. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ school àwọn yẹn? Even the video she was claiming, I heard it from her own profile. I heard it, and mo wò pé ṣé kò ń ṣe pé ẹni yìí ṣé brain ẹ ò ti máa melt níbi tó ti ń dáná rice àbí bóyá òrùn lórí ẹ̀gbẹ́ títì tó ti ń tà rẹsì yẹn ó ti ń melt brain ẹ. Because I heard it on her own post herself. I heard where Temi even mentioned Tenny and all of that. Ah, God, mischief ló ń pa àwọn people yìí kú, and they bring it into every other thing they do. That mischief is apparent. Olodo yẹn náà ń bẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. She said she was interpreting the Yoruba to English, and she was deliberately misinforming people. And I ask again, why do you all do this? Because you're desperate. What is your desperacy about? Ṣé ẹ ti bá Josie múlẹ̀ ni? Ṣé múlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Josie ni àbí wọ́n ti promise yín ní court? Nínú gbogbo nǹkan tán bá get pé tán bá ṣe tán wọ́n máa fún yín ní court. But even tẹ́ bá ní hope pé they are going to share you something, do not forget ìpè àwọn ìpè yẹn náà ó máa padà wá jà yín, because you are cursing someone who has done nothing. As in, no, you are not even leaving a chance that, oh, you might be wrong. Ha! Àánú yín ò ṣe mí. Ẹ continue láti máa share ìpè yẹn. Ẹ continue. Whatever those curses, they are like you planting a seed. We would all be here to watch you harvest your fruits. And I can promise you, you are not going to just harvest them secretly. You would harvest them openly too. Because secretly, publicly, you would harvest the curses. And before I stop for someone else to continue, àdúrà tèmi máa ń ṣe fún everybody. Kí gbogbo yín dẹ̀ máa ṣàmì níbi tẹ́ bá wà. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Ọmọ́wùnmí kò mọ̀ nípa ikú ọkọ ẹ̀. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé gbogbo yín lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ń dìde tẹ́ ń gang up against ọmọ yẹn lórí irọ́. Ẹ ní jèrè o. The only èrè tẹ́ máa jẹ òun ni iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ yín tẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn, iṣẹ́ aburú yẹn, òun ni the only èrè tẹ́ máa jẹ. Ẹ jèrè iṣẹ́ aburú. Iṣẹ́ gbogbo èpè tẹ́ ń ṣe lórí irọ́ lórí nǹkan tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn, èrè kan ṣo tẹ́ máa jẹ ní gbogbo ayé yín nìyẹn. Àmọ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ òun ló pa ọkọ ẹ̀, bí gbogbo yín ṣe ń sọ yẹn, ó máa rí. Kẹ́ má tiẹ̀ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ gan. Ẹni bá pa èèyàn, there's a reward for it. In fact, there's punishment with God and even with man for it. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ṣe lóòótọ́. But nítorí pé kò ṣe, ẹ̀yin tí ìyà yín máa wá pọ̀ jù are those people who know in the heart of their heart that she did nothing wrong. Tẹ́ dẹ̀ ń bọ́ síta, tẹ́ ní pé ọmọ yẹn, ìpè her mind no go touch ground. Ẹ̀yin lọ́kàn yín ò ní balẹ̀. In fact, kò síbi tẹ́ lè wà tọ́kàn yín á balẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kọ́kàn yín balẹ̀. Lórí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá ní ọkàn yín ò ní balẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti ń fi ọkàn yín balẹ̀, Èdùmàrè á gbà lọ́wọ́ yín, ọkàn yín ò tún ní balẹ̀ mọ́. Tó bá jẹ́ pé kò mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa jẹ́ ni ẹ ṣàmì o, ẹ yá ṣàmì sí ni, because And when you come out confidently to allege, to prosecute, and to curse at a widow falsely, tó bá jẹ́ pé ní orí irọ́ ní gbogbo pípéjọ yín yẹn, àárín yín á túbọ̀ máa dàrú sí ni.
I just wanted to quickly speak on this court order issue. Since a lot of people they get it wrong, and especially on the other side, there's no way they can have a court order without a sitting in court. So what they have is a notice. So what happens is, if you go to court to file a case against someone and say, okay, this person, you file a case against your employer, or you say this person defames me, you're taking the case to the court. The court would then issue a writ of summons to say, okay, come and answer to this case. But what they've done is they've filed an application. So when you file an application, you have to notify the person. So say I go to court and file an application to, say, block your drive or do something to, you are applying to the court to get an order to do something. You have to, the person that you are filing that thing against, you have to notify them, which is the notice, which is what they would have now. Just to let Wunmi, we have gone to ask for application for this in court. Wunmi can then decide to go, because once that is, at that point, the judge has not heard the matter. It is when you go to file it with the clerk. Even the notice, you are supposed to take it to the person yourself, or you can ask the bailiff of the court. You pay them to do it for you. So once Wunmi gets that notice, Wunmi can then say, oh, my lawyer should go there. Because after the next step is a mention in court. So at the mention is when the judge will sit down and ask you, what exactly are you asking for? This application, explain to me what it's about. Why do you want it? So at that point, they expect the person that you've notified to also come if they want to be part of that mention. So Wunmi could either go there or send, most of the time, people will send their lawyer if they're interested. They send their lawyer there. So while the plaintiff is, the person that applied, the applicant is explaining that, okay, this is why I want the DNA, blah, blah, blah. Wunmi's lawyer can then say, this is why we think this person doesn't have the local standing to ask for it, or this is why we think this person should not have it. And at that point, the judge would normally ask for a mediation and say, okay, are you able to settle this amicably outside the court? And if they still don't agree, the judge will then decide and say, okay, according to section blah, 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 only the father of this person can ask for a DNA. Therefore, we are throwing this application out. So at that mention, once the application is now approved, say the judge listens to all both parties, or Wunmi's lawyers are not there and Baba's lawyer were able to convince the judge that this is why we want the order, and the judge approves it. The judge will then send a writ of someone that, okay, we have this case is now starting between you and Baba to Wunmi. It is a formal letter from the court. The notice is just, oh, you have gone to lodge an application against you. This is like a receipt for you to show that person that this has happened. So they still have it's still a long way to go, which may even end at the mention when they go there and explain to the judge that, why are you asking for? Did the person, the father, say did they have issue with the paternity of this child? What is the need for me to direct that they should have a DNA of the child? First, the best interest of the child should be taken in any matter that is involving a minor. So the judge can then say, in this case, throw it out of court. So an example is what happened at the last inquest. If you remember from what we are hearing, that Baba's lawyer asked that they would do, they are going to do their own private autopsy. So that is like an application. They're applying to the court, but what they did is they used that opportunity because of the sitting. So if you take it out of that sitting and say, okay, there's no inquest going on, what Baba's lawyer would have done is they would have applied to that court, like they did this application for DNA. They'd have applied, which is what the judge told them to go and do at the High Court. So if they had applied at the magistrate court, there would have been a mention, and when they get to that mention, the magistrate would have told them, no, this is not our jurisdiction, go to the High Court. So that is exactly like an application. They're asking the court that you want to do something, and they'll tell you why you cannot do it, why this is not the place to come to, blah, blah, blah. So that is the state they're at the moment. So nobody should be worried that they have a court order or they have a writ. They don't have a writ. They can't have a writ yet because they've only made an application. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Escapade. So what they have is a notice, not a summon.
Yes, it's a notice because what they put there was an application to do DNA. So the court would have to approve it first before there can be the writ would then summon. Then we mean that okay, there's a case now that would have to be decided.